Welcome back to Tiny RV Cooking. First, I'd like to invite you to like, subscribe, and share with all your family and friends and be part of my Tiny RV Cooking family. So today, we are making stuffed bell pepper soup and hot tomato bacon ham and cheese sandwich with herb mayonnaise. If you'd like to see how I make these super easy recipes, stay tuned and I'll show you how. First, we're going to get started with the herb mayonnaise. It's really easy. A half a cup of mayonnaise, a teaspoon and a half of rosemary, a teaspoon and a half of parsley, and a teaspoon and a half of rosemary. Just, you want to chop all this stuff up. We're just going to add it to our mayonnaise. If you make this a day in advance, it's even better because it has a chance to marinate all the great flavors together. But we're doing it the day we're cooking. We're just going to add it all together. You can add garlic to this if you like. We're just going to mix. I'm personally going to add just a big pinch of pepper. Just that much. We're going to mix all this together. This is also great on ham sandwiches. Okay, I saved these containers from my yogurt. I love them because they're cute and they fit in the door perfectly. Much easier. So I'm just going to put it in my little jar. When space matters, cute little jars are great for doors. You could just save it in this if you like, but I don't have room in my refrigerator for it. And we're going to wipe off the top. We're going to put this in the refrigerator till it's time to make our sandwich. And now it's time to make the stuffed bell pepper soup. The recipe will be written down below. I am going to be using my Instant Pot for this. I just like using my Instant Pot, but you can use a Dutch oven. I'll have both ways written down below how to make this great. So for our Instant Pot, we need to press saute. If you're going to use your Dutch oven, you're going to need to heat up your Dutch oven so we can saute. Our pot is now hot, and I'm using a 3-quart. The recipe is for a 6-quart. Mommy's not going to eat so much of this. I'm only doing a 3-quart. We're going to add our olive oil. You only need a little bit. About a tablespoon. I'm doing ground beef. I'm doing Italian sausage, and I'm doing spicy sausage because my family likes a little extra spice. You do not have to add these sausages, and this is only a pound total. Do the full recipe, you'll need 2 pounds. So let's add our meat. We're going to break it up as we go along. I'm going to wait, my pot's on, it says on, so I'm going to wait until it heats up a little bit more, then I'll add my onions. We're going to add our onions. This is a half an onion. You'll need 1 small onion if you did the full recipe, the 6-quart. We're going to cook this until all the meat is brown, and keep breaking up as you go along. I'm sure you've seen this before, but this is my clip I use to hold this in place so it doesn't move. You can go to any local hardware and buy that, or Walmart or anything. They're easy. They're cheap, and you don't really need anything expensive to hold these together. Just want something that's not going to damage the pot. Okay, it's fairly cooked through. I'm going to add my garlic. New tripods, so if it moves a little, sorry. Learn something new. And I'm going to add my bell peppers. It calls for 3 bell peppers. This is 2, but so I'm not going to put all of it in. You want them chopped, but because I don't like cooked bell peppers, I try to chop them small. It's just not my thing. We're going to cook this for 3 minutes. I'm going to press cancel. We're going to want to drain the grease, so if you're using a Dutch oven or whatever the way you're cooking this, you're going to want to drain any grease you got in there. So I'm going to take the top off, and I'm just going to pour it out. I'm going to put it back in, my little clip back on, to this side, so you can see this. Shake, and I'm going to add all of it back. I really do use this strainer for everything. I love it. So we are going to press soup, and it will start automatically. Just soup and broth. We are not pressure cooking it, so it's just soup, and that's it for me. Then we're going to add our tomatoes to it. You're going to want 2 cans. For me, I'm using 1 can of fire roasted tomatoes. And you're going to want crushed tomatoes. I'm only doing 1 can. Put all that in. For our seasoning, we're going to want paprika and Italian seasoning, 1.5 teaspoons of each for what I'm doing. The recipe is written down below. Okay, I'm going to give this a good mix. We'll add, we have cooked rice that we made yesterday, because you want it kind of dry when you add it in so it won't soak up so much liquid. We'll put that in towards the end. When this comes to a boil, I will reduce it down to a low, and we'll cook another 20 minutes. This is 3 cups. Oops. Oh no. I'm being a klutzy today. Spilled it everywhere. Even when we're pressure cooking, you don't want to go over the line, even though we're not pressure cooking. You can later, but it's going to boil. So I'm going to take this off, put this aside. We're also going to add 1/4 of a salt and 1/8 pepper. You can always add more seasoning later. And we're going to add 2 bay leaves. Just stir this in. We're going to put our lid on and we'll bring it to a boil. So it's come to a boil. What we are going to do is we're going to press cancel. We're still going to press soup again, but we're going to go to less. Less. So we're going to go on a low one right now. So we press cancel. Then we went to, where is it? Pressure levels, and we went to low. Then we're going to add our lid and let it cook for 20 minutes. About 9 more minutes left. I'm going to taste it to see if we need any more seasoning. For me, I need a little bit more. Instead of adding salt, I'm going to add garlic salt, a good pinch. A couple pinches. And 1/8 pepper. We're going to give it a good mix and let it continue cooking. I'm going to let it continue cooking with the lid off. So we have 8 more minutes left. It's been 20 minutes. We're going to fish out the bay leaves. Just got to find those. 1. And here's the second one. Give it a final taste. It's perfect for me. Now I'm going to add my rice. It is cold, and I broke it up. The reason why you want to make it a day in advance is because it dries out and it won't soak up as much water, as much liquid. I'm adding a 1/2 cup in. I'm going to move this to the side and we're going to get started on our hot tomato bacon cheese sandwich. So I'm going to press cancel and just move it aside and start it somewhere else up. We're going to start our sandwich. I'm going to use a cast iron pan. We're going to cook on this and we're going to smash it down, so if you don't have a pini press or a George Foreman, this works. You can put it on top of one another and push it down. So we're going to move this to the side until let it get hot. While we're waiting, we are going to cut our tomatoes. See if I only need one. There's our tomatoes. Just dry off my board a little. I'm doing a ciabatta roll. You can use, if you're using, if you're making like regular bread, you can put the mayonnaise on the outside of it and press it down. If you don't like mayonnaise, use butter and put all these herbs in it and you'll have like herb butter. Still really good. Cheese. I'm doing Gouda and I'm doing provolone. Put it all to the side so we have it all ready. My ciabatta roll I chose is got jalapenos in it. I do like spice. Our mayonnaise that we made up earlier, I'm just going to spread it on this. For grilled cheese, you just want to spread it on the outside. That's a grilled one, if you're using regular bread. more. Okay, I'm going to put provolone on top, my Gouda on the bottom. Use any kind of cheese you like. Our bacon, I made this also up earlier. And our tomatoes. Put our top on. My pan is now hot. So I'm going to, because I'm not putting butter or mayonnaise on the outside, I'm going to spray my pan just a little. We're going to put this down, let it cook for just a little bit, then I'm going to press it. Okay. It's been sitting there for a little bit. I'm going to take my other pan and I'm just going to press down to smash it. And just hold it. If the pan gets too hot, you're going to want to put something down on it to help press it down. My pan's top doesn't feel too hot. And nice smashed. Just checking. Lid on it just to help it melt that cheese. Okay. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to just spray it just a little bit more oil. And I'm going to press it again. Okay, nice to smash. Add my lid just so we can melt that cheese. Let's give it a look. Ooh, it looks really good. Nice and melted. Almost done. Cheese is just a little bit longer. Get a good melt. Okay, let's give it a look now. Looks really melted. Perfectly golden brown to me. Looks delicious. Let's take it off. I'm going to put it on my cutting board mat and we're going to give it a good cut. Plate up there and we're going to give this a good cut. You see how the cheese is melted? Looks so good to me. And we're just going to stick this on our plate. Our soup was done at the same time. So let's pull this out. Dish up our beautiful soup. The rice is perfectly warmed up. You want a little more juice? Just add a little bit more liquid to it. A little bit more meat. Beautiful. I like adding my cheese at the end so everybody can add exactly what they want. So we got a little bit of Kobe Jack cheese. That's my favorite. Sprinkle a little bit on. Then I'm going to add a little bit of Parmesan just to give it a little bit of a salty hard cheese flavor. And a little bit of Parmesan for color. And now it's time to eat. Our stuffed bell pepper soup and our tomato bacon cheese sandwich. And now finally we get to taste our stuffed bell pepper soup with our tomato bacon cheese sandwich with herb mayonnaise on ciabatta roll. Let's give it a taste. Let's do the soup. We're gonna try the soup first. It smells really good in here. Mmm. 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 The very first, as soon as you put it on your taste buds, explosion of flavor. It's so good. Let's try our sandwich. Mmm. 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 Perfect complement to the soup. So good, so easy to make. If you don't have a penne press or George Foreman, just use two cast irons, push them together, and you can smash your sandwich that way. It works, and it works great. Thank you for coming to Tiny RV Cooking. I'd like to invite you to like, subscribe, ring that bell for new notifications, and share with all your family and friends to be part of my family. My camper is only 22 foot long, but I love her. I'll see you next time on Tiny RV Cooking. Bye!